So, although a lot of people think that this channel is a true crime channel, it's actually a channel about human behavior. That's what my special, that's my special area. And I use true crime as an example of extreme forms of human behavior. And just hearing about Critical K, what I just heard just now, literally had my heart racing because she's still re-victimizing victims and their families to try and make a quick buck. And I've now heard that she's on another platform. And I think she's a sociopath. I think she's a narcissist. I think she has no empathy. I think she has no remorse. And I think that she doesn't at all care about crime victims. So I noticed that I've started to get a little bit of extra engagement from older videos that I posted that I kind of forgotten about. And one of those videos, or podcasts, should I say, was on Critical K. And so I did some research. I typed Critical K's name into YouTube, and I found out that she is now apparently on TikTok after being kicked off of YouTube. This woman kind of makes my skin crawl. She has absolutely no morals whatsoever. And she talks about Jays for Justice, who I'm not a fan of either. But she is one of the most crafty and manipulative people that I've ever come across on YouTube. She has no boundaries. She has no morals. She doesn't care about crime victims. This is someone who will do anything and say anything to make a quick buck. And it's almost like she's going from platform to platform, spouting lies, spouting her nonsense, trying to manipulate the case. And she's still on the Gabby Petito case, trying to make money out of that case. Now, I've said this before. I have no problem with people making money out of true crime as long as they stick to the truth. People will always make money out of true crime. Books, movies, documentaries have been made out of true crime. People have made money out of true crime. And I have no problem with that as long as they stick to the facts, as long as they stick to the truth, as long as they don't set out to hurt the victim's family. But this woman doesn't care. She only cares about getting attention for herself and lining her pockets. I'm almost out of breath because I was watching this woman's video and I was just sitting there laughing my head off, thinking, my God, this woman is at it again. And I just thought to myself, when she came back to YouTube after being kicked off, she was talking about how Brian Laundrie, she had heard, or she had evidence, or she had connections, or she had knowledge that Brian Laundrie was somewhere in Latin America, which obviously wasn't true. I mean, this woman, I think she's possibly worse than the man in England. She makes Miss Mensah look like, I would say, the nicest PTA teacher you could ever come across. I know that sounds strange, and I don't agree with much of what Miss Mensah says, and I don't think she'll ever change her opinion on Shanann because that's what she's built her audience around, negativity about Shanann. But I think that this Critical K, I think she's a lot worse than most of the women on YouTube. I mean, I really do. Like I said, I mean, she will just... I never got the feeling that Miss Mensah was just all about money. I'm not saying that Miss Mensah doesn't want to make money. That's not what I'm saying. But I never get the feeling that Miss Mensah is out just to make money. But I just think that Critical K on the other side of that is just all about money. And that she just wants to... she's just looking to make as much money as she can, or to scrape up as much money out as she can, And she's literally, apparently she's belittling the family. She's basically harassing Gabby Petito's family. She's saying nasty things about them once again, and she's done this with the Chris Watts case. She's done this with another case, where I heard that there was still this lawsuit against her. I mean, she did this with the Rucheks. I mean, does this woman not stop at anything? This is a very dangerous woman. We all need to figure out, all of us who really are interested in getting people like her away from a true crime and getting people like her off of social media. We all need to figure out how we should just get her off of social media altogether, because her behavior is completely and utterly abhorrent. I just think to myself, this woman has absolutely no conscience whatsoever. She has no values. She has no conscience. She has no morals. She is just, what happened in her upbringing and her childhood that actually made her like this? Because I cannot believe that she would go on to another family and try and attack another family. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace that she is allowed to be on any platform whatsoever. Now, people might say, oh, you're a hypocrite because I'm criticizing Critical K and I'm dissing her or whatever, but I'm not putting her and Miss Mensah in the same category, or because I've admitted that I do speak to Miss Mensah and we have civil conversations. I have criticized Miss Mensah heavily, and I did it once, and that was it. And the reason why me and Miss Mensah have a civil relationship is because of her, not me. Because I am not, the only time I've ever gone onto her channel to engage with her was a few days ago. I've listened to her, but I've never actually engaged with her. She started coming on my channel. She started engaging with me. And for the most part, she was very civil towards me. And even though I oppose many of her opinions about Shanann, and I have criticized them, that doesn't mean we can't have a civil conversation. To add to that, I don't think that Miss Mensah is out to get money in the way that Critical K is. I'm not saying that Miss Mensah doesn't want money. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that Critical K sole purpose is to say things for shock value and to make money out of victims. That's my opinion. So I believe that she is further she's further in the wrong than Miss Mensah is. And I'm not saying that I agree with Miss Mensah's views. I don't. But I think that Critical K takes it to the extreme. There's also a guy on here, I can't remember his name. He's an African-American guy, and he's done quite a few videos on Critical K. And he's also done, I think, a live stream with Lana and another woman, but I can't remember the other woman. I'm not a fan of his. I'm actually glad that I'm not mentioning his name because I just don't remember it. But he criticizes Critical K, but then he has someone like Lana on his channel who he basically, I wouldn't say he praised her, but, Lana is not much better either. The things that, mocking Shanann, mocking a dead victim, that takes things even a little bit more further as well, to actually be mocking somebody. Like I said, I don't agree with Miss Mensah's views, and I've criticized Miss Mensah. It's not that I haven't criticized Miss Mensah. I have. I oppose her opinions about Shanann heavily. But for him to criticize Critical K and then to have Lana, who actually mocked Shanann on his live stream, and to be almost praising her, I can't think of another word to use, I think it's very hypocritical. That's just my opinion. Maybe you think I'm a hypocrite. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I never tried to, be in contact with Miss Mensah. The reason why me and Miss Mensah have a civil relationship is because of her and not me. And I've just responded civilly to her. I completely oppose her views on Shanann. but we have a civil relationship. But like I said, I believe that Critical K is out to make money, and she will do anything if it means re-victimizing a victim and and actually attacking their actual families, not just the victim, but they're actually going after their families. I think that she specializes in that. Critical K, I think that she likes to ignite a reaction out of victims and their families, the victim's family. I think she gets off on it, and I think that's really, really sick.